Alright, I've been up for 24 hours. I was about to go to sleep. I was literally eating my food and I was about to go to bed, but then I seen a video pop up about Dragon Ball Sparking. So I couldn't go to sleep until I watched the video. So I watched it and I'm all hyped all the way through it. I'm like, man, this is great. This is great. This is bad ass. This is something that could finally surpass Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Finally, after all these years. This is all I waited for. This is all I waited for. I can't wait to fucking play this game with my brother, with my dad, my everything, man. Shit. And then local multiplayer was brought up and how they've been getting constant questions about it and all that kind of shit. And if you haven't seen what was said about the local multiplayer, please go and look. It's a 6-minute video. It is very short. I mean, it happens, it's actually just like 1 minute of the entire thing, really, or less. And my reaction went from to that quick. This game looks amazing. It looks great. It seems to be cool. Like, I still have my issues with the art style, don't get me wrong, but I can see past that. But the local multiplayer being fucking botched like this is ridiculous, bro. This is the main thing people have been talking about wanting to do. This is the main thing people have been talking about wanting to do. Literally. And you're saying that, well, we couldn't add it because we wanted to make everything fully destructible and do the most and get the most out of modern consoles. And doing that, it is not possible to make local multiplayer in our fighting game. Sorry. You think they bought it? Nigga, the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean? First off, the fans, everybody has been asking for this. This is the one feature everybody wants. So why the fuck would you go in with the plan to make some shit that's going to affect and botch the experience of the main thing people want? Why would you do that? And also, get that fucking bullshit out of here with, oh, we couldn't do it, we couldn't implement it because it just would be too much. Get that bullshit out of here, alright? Ain't no way you gonna say that in 2005, with every map, not just one map, every map, you could play split screen, but in 2024, you can't? Are you serious? Are you fucking, are you retarded? What? No fucking way. No fucking way. I don't believe it. I mean, come on now. Now you might say, oh, well, hey, well, everything is destructible now. Everything's destructible. Listen, bro, in fucking Budokai Tenkaichi 1, everything was practically destructible. You could wipe away all the fucking mountains. You could wipe away all the fucking city. Pretty much. So, I don't get it. How much more could be destroyed that is just so much more than, what I'm saying, that game? I don't understand. And you might say, oh, well, maybe it's just the graphics make it so much whatever the fuck. Listen, just dial it back a little bit. It's an anime game. It doesn't even need to look that, like, I'm not going to say it doesn't need to look that pretty, but it doesn't need to have, please, like, pay attention when I say this, right? Budokai Tenkaichi 3 looked very close to the anime. And it was made in 2007, right? And the graphics, it wasn't even that graphically demanding, okay? So when I say it's an anime game, it doesn't need to be graphically demanding. I'm saying that to achieve an anime look, you don't need to like try to be like a GTA 5 type situation or a GTA 6 type situation where it's like, you know, realism is hard to achieve on a regular looking person. But with something with an art style, it's easy. You can get away with a lot more shit, right? So I feel like what they're doing is they're making things as fucking detailed as if they're making real people models, which they shouldn't be doing. And if they're not doing that, then again, what is taking up so much space? What is gonna fucking botch down the split screen experience so much, so fucking much, right? To where you just can't add it in for any other maps. What is doing it? Like I don't believe there's a single thing that could be doing it. And even if there is, why the fuck would you make the game that fucking demanding? That fucking demanding to where you can't people won't be able to do the thing they've been wanting to do for years from this dream game. Why do it? Now, that being said, I know why they're doing it. I know why they're doing it. Right? There's two big reasons why they're doing it. Number one, they want motherfuckers to play online. Number two, they want to sell your shit and keep you playing. So I'm gonna talk about number two first, right? Because number two is not as obvious as number one. They want to sell your shit and keep you playing because I'm gonna tell you like this: once the game releases in about 2 years, maybe 3 years, somewhere around that range, we're gonna get an update that's like, oh well, now you can play local multiplayer anywhere or some shit. And actually, I take it back, not 3 to 2 years. I think it's gonna be closer to when this game is gonna be like closer to when they're about to make the next Sparking Zero game. It's gonna be like probably like the tail end of the lifespan of this game. You feel me? Its last free update. Like, hey, now we finally have it, right? Cool, right, guys? So this game actually had everything you wanted. But the reason they're going to be doing that is because they're going to be drip feeding us like modern games do. Drip feeding you things that should have been in the base package. Drip feeding us everything that we should have had in the base package. Is drip feeding us everything. Everything. Everything we should have had in the main game. Hey, shit, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the story editing features aren't all there until fucking the end. Until they fucking drip feed us all of this shit. And sure, it may come in free updates. I hope it does. I really hope they're not so scummy and not giving us it in free updates. You know what I'm saying? But they could make us pay for it. You never know. They might have you actually pay for it. Pay to do local multiplayer on more maps. You never know. You never know. But I will tell you like this again. The plan is to keep us like that. You know what I'm saying? To drip feed us. To drip feed you what you should have had in the base package. And you might say, oh, well, you can't say it should have been in the base package. The last 3 games in this series had all that shit in the base package and more. And characters. And look, I don't even mind that you gotta pay for DLC characters. I don't care, right? Even though I'm pretty sure they're gonna make us pay for DLC characters that were already in the base game of BT3, right? But I wouldn't even mind. Honestly, if they had us have to pay for every character outside of fucking Dragon Ball, I would have been fine with it. Because you know what? It's Budokai Tenkaichi 4. I'm happy I can finally play this game in a modern day. And it's real. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to take a lot of bullshit from this game just because it's fucking Budokai Tenkaichi 4. I am. But this is one thing. The one thing I did not want them to compromise, and they compromised it. Even if they made you pay for it, which I wouldn't have wanted them to do, but even if they made us pay for it, like, hey, you know what, day one, you can play local multiplayer on any map and all this kind of shit, but you know what, you gotta pay an extra $50. Even though I think that would be scummy, I would have still did it and wouldn't have said nothing. Because you know what, hey, it is there, and I got the option. You know what I'm saying? Versus, hey, we're going to release the game and it's not there. You can't even pay for it. You're going to have to just hope we release it one day. Keep playing and you might find out. Like, suck my dick. Suck my dick. I'm talking to the guy who's developing BT4. The guy that was on the video. Him specifically. That sound no Diddy. I'm not saying that literally. I don't actually literally want that. But metaphorically, suck my dick. Literally. I mean, not literally. Okay, but metaphorically. Alright? But hey, that's all I gotta say. I had to fucking rant for a minute because this is that is bullshit. That is bullshit. But this video is gonna have minimal editing because I had to just run up here. I had to still eat my food. My food is still on my plate. I had hot food, but I'm that just fucked my whole experience up. And some people might be like, oh, you're mad, you're coping, everything else is good. Why the fuck are you so mad about a little feature? You're mad, Yes, I am mad. But no, it's not a little feature. I am mad, and it's not a little feature, but I am mad. I am mad. And you might say, oh, but they're cooking with everything else. They're not cooking with everything else, nigga. They're not cooking with everything else. Listen, you may have made You may have made the fucking the fries right. You may have the sauce right, but you didn't get the fucking chicken right. You feel me? You didn't get the chicken right. Or whatever the fuck your main course is. You didn't get the main course right. You got everything else right, seemingly. Seemingly, because we ain't got the game yet. Everybody's saying they did good and this is the perfect game, all kind of shit. But at this point, I got my doubts now. I mean, I didn't want to have these doubts because I was like, I always have doubts about modern games. Modern games always suck dick. Always. Always. It's very rare. Very, 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 very fucking rare. A modern AAA game doesn't suck dick. But because it was BT4, I was like, man, you know what? I was letting my nostalgia blind me. I was like, fuck, this is gonna be great. I was feeling like a kid again. I was like so happy. And everything they were releasing was just, it was perfect, right? Pretty much. Like I said, the art thing was like, hey, whatever, but that was to be expected. I knew if the new Budokai game came out, I was already expecting this style not to be something I would like anyway, so I wasn't really too angry about it. Uh, but I was just so happy. I was so happy. And I was just so optimistic. And I was letting myself get away from that thought, like, hey, I was like, this ain't a modern game. No, this is BT4. This ain't a part of that. But now I realize BT4 is a modern game. It is a modern game. And actually, I said I was not going to call this game Sparking Zero, but you know what? I think it's disrespectful to call it BT4 without earning that title. So from this point on, until I get my hands on the game and actually experience it, I'm not gonna call it BT4. Until I actually experience it, I'm not gonna call it BT4. Until I play it and I experience it and it's good, I'm not gonna call it BT4. I'm calling it Sparking Zero. I don't know. I don't know Sparking. I wasn't playing this shit in Japan. I'm from America. I wasn't playing this shit in Japan. You can call it the Japan name. I don't know the Japan name. I don't know Sparking Zero. I don't know what Sparking is, nigga. I don't know what that is. What the fuck is Sparking? I'm gonna treat this as a new Dragon Ball title. I don't know what the fuck Sparking is, cause they treating it like a new title. They obviously clearly aren't calling it Budokai Tenkaichi 4. They calling it Sparking. And I'm an American, so to me, that's unfamiliar. I don't know. You looking real unfamiliar. You looking real unfamiliar, partner. That's how I'm looking at. That's how I'm looking at Sparking Zero. You looking real unfamiliar. I don't know who the fuck you is. You kind of reminding me of someone I used to know. I don't know who you are though. I'm just saying. But anyways though, that's all I gotta say. I hope y'all have a good one and let's just hope they don't fuck up though. Let's hope that somehow they can make up for this big L they just took today. All right. Peace.